with something fast and easy because I have a lot going on until after Valentine's Day weekend. So for this video, I'm just going to redesign, or I guess tweak, the outfits Vaggie and Charlie wore to Fox's party. Because, they sure are something. And don't get me wrong, I do see the vision. It's just, like always, there is a bit of mismatching fabrics and shapes, along with color and a few weird extra details. And like, Charlie's open dress is fine. In fact, I enjoy a good dress over pants look, though they're more worn as modern wedding dresses. And usually the outfit is one solid color, and often when they're not, the coat is usually the over-the-top design, and the pants are just a solid color that matches a color that's on the coat, so that way it's uniformed. And as you can see, Charlie's dress kind of follows a lot of what I said, but the top tier layer skirt ruffle thing ruins the look, mainly due to the space between the short skirt and the long skirt. Like, had they just added more layers or not added the long skirt, the overall shape and design would have looked great, though I do want to point out that the thin white line on the second skirt, again, just makes the whole outfit feel disconnected. Like, you've got two big chunky white line stripes on the bottom of the skirt and the top of the bodice, and then you have that one thin line on the second short skirt that already doesn't match. Like, why? Anyway though, color-wise, it's still a bit of an issue, mainly cause the yellow of her pants aren't bright enough. Yes, the yellow matches what's on her dress, coat, bodice thing, cause again, the yellow isn't bright enough or dark enough to combat the red and blends too hard with her overall skin tone, making a lot of people, myself included, think she's not wearing pants. And honestly, all that really needed to be done was like make the pants a darker color. Like if they had chosen black, the pants would no longer need to fight to be noticed, plus it would be like a really good animation choice since black is easier to work with. As for the unnecessary details, you already know what it is, that fucking bow tie. Just why? She doesn't even have a detachable collar on. It's just a straight up bow tie floating in the ether of her neck. It also doesn't match her shoes bows, and it just looks so out of place with the outfit as a whole. Like, she has a belt sash. Why not slap a bow on the back and call it a day? Like, look how the outfit now looks without the bow tie being in there. It's already like 20% better. Ugh. Also, I did a few edits just to showcase what it could have looked like with what I said, and like, see? Looks fine. Looks less messy now. Vaggie, on the other hand, oof. Like, again, yeah, I see the vision, aka the asymmetry going on, but the hints to her OG pirate days, just no. And don't get me wrong, I get it. I understand funny little hints to a character's past, but at the same time, I don't, as it has nothing to do with her character anymore. And I get like a few nods here and there, perfectly fine, but still. Plus, only one part of the dress gives pirate, and that's just the larger cuff part, but the half jacket dress is just a lot, as the top and bottom don't match shape or cut wise. I mean, a ruffle hem with sharp cut lapels and cuffs is crazy. To me, at least. It also drives me a bit crazy that the ruffles for her eye patch also don't match her dress's ruffles. Like, come on now, dog. Also, the front buttons, while it's cute that they're similar to Charlie's, just looks off for some reason. And plus, half the time, the bow covers it, and fuck that damn bow. I get it, Charlie gave it to her, but girl, you do not need to incorporate it into all your outfits. And don't get me wrong, I love a big gaudy bow moment, but it just looks so out of place and matches nothing on her dress other than her eye patch. Which, by the way, why does Vaggie's ex not change color if she has a whole new eye patch on? I really don't want to delve deeper into Vaggie's ex, but just know that I hate it. Also the pink feathers, I get it's a hint to her moth origins, but again, they're out of place. Like, nothing on her has feathers. Also, I know it's not a small detail, but Vaggie's hair is tripping me up, and I get it's another nod to one of her OG designs, but the length of her hair would not do that. It seriously looks like she cut it. Now, color-wise, love it. Love everything but the neon sign that is her bow and X. Like, just putting her back in her original pilot color palette is a nice nod. Love that nod, as these are her colors and have always looked very good on her. Plus, it's nicely spaced out. The pink is spread out along with the lighter purple. Love a double highlight color moment. That actually works. The suit part of her dress color is nice, as it's dark enough but also light enough to not overlap with her skin tone tone or take too much away from the darker side of her bodice, because that is also part of like the asymmetrical design of this dress. Like the colors don't have to specifically blend well together because of the asymmetricalness of it, but they do need to like work together to look fashion forward. Also, the dark color that they're using is being used as a rule of 3 color, aka her hair tie, her top, and boots, so yay for that! Y'all know how I feel about a 3 color rule. So good. So color-wise, no issues other than the neon pink of the bow and the eye patch. But design-wise, the colors are fine. It's just the overall design of the dress itself, as it just has way too many hints to multiple different designs of Vaggie throughout the years being used, and in doing so has just crashed hard since it wasn't mixed super well. It's like they did like the ransom note effect on her and colored her in well enough so no one would notice that something was off. But I noticed the issues, and I'm sure some of y'all have noticed the issues. If you didn't and you like this design, that's great. So we're just gonna move on. Let's get to it. Charlie's dress, again, I kept the ideas and silhouettes as I just wanted to show what a bit of tweaking can do. So I did keep the pants skirt combo, but ditched the second layer skirt and made it more open so her legs could be seen better. I also took the sash belt off as it kind of clashed with the buttons, and used the lines from her sweetheart top to give this off the shoulder look that's attached to the bodice. Moved her snake bracelet to her neck and her bow tie to the back of her dress. And I know what I said about the sash and the bow tie together as a whole, but I decided to build this coat similar to a woman's raincoat, where there's buttons in the back that has a cinched belt in the back, so it'll make the coat tighter, so more shapely. I also gave her golden cuffs and black earrings to avoid the whole does she have ears argument, and underneath her coat dress I gave her a strapless glittery jumpsuit to really pull focus to her body. Made her shoes the same color as her dress because I low-key thought she was barefoot for a bit. I also relaxed her hair as well. Like, don't get me wrong, I love the original style, but it's just crazy big and her curls are just way too sharp. Like, the style feels more in line with Velvet's than Charlie's overall hairstyle. So yeah, I relaxed the ponytail more. And I pulled her bangs back into it so her hair is not in her face, so we can like really get a good look at Charlie's face. Plus the like dangly curly part with the dark pink, I couldn't take it anymore. And I used her old pilot hairstyle for the tuft that I left out. Color-wise, I used the same exact colors, but I did darken the yellow so it could stand out against the red, and it became my highlight color as well, because I refuse to use white. I won't do it. I won't! Now, Vaggie's dress was a fun challenge, mainly with the color, but again, I wanted to stick to the same silhouette and asymmetry going on, but I did, however, make the dress coat more of a full dress coat than just a cut-in-half coat with a bodice. So I went with a more half-and-half look. One side of the jacket is still the same shape and color, but there is no longer a lapel, just feathers layered to look like one, and I replaced the ruffles to also be feathers along with the end of her sleeves having the same feather design. So I got rid of the cuff, and I did this mainly to incorporate the feathers in her hair, and because I really wanted it to be more noticeable that Vaggie is an angel, thanks to Vox pointing it out without revealing he's been spying on everyone. But like, it also doesn't really make sense as well because everyone in hell would technically have already known due to the broadcast from season 1 against Adam. Plus, she's been flying around a lot in season 2. So yeah, everyone should know. So yeah, I figured she wouldn't be hiding as much wardrobe-wise. Plus, as an angel with Charlie is one heck of a power move on Charlie's part to show up at this event with her. But the fact that she looks like a pirate, you know, regular sinners would not click it, so. But in the end, I just wanted it to show that Charlie's still united with heaven thanks to Vaggie and the way that she's dressed. Now the other part of the dress is just a solid dark suit dress, but I did give that side a lapel, and the skirt is cut similar to the longer side, but is shorter and cut more like a pencil skirt, and the cut or point of her skirt is also in the front, unlike the other side of her coat, which is on the side. I did at one point think to add pinstripes, but felt it took away from the bluntness of the dark coat, as I like to think it gives the vibes of her being 50-50 about heaven and the overall plan. and also because she's a fallen angel, which I am still confused by because she's not really fallen, more just kicked out. And I'm surprised Adam just took her halo. I didn't think that would be possible, but like, her being in hell always made sense to me because without her wings, she couldn't exactly fly back to heaven and tell them what was going on. But she has her wings now. So Vaggie at any point could have flown to heaven, gotten in, and just spoken to Sarah and seen Sir Pench's. Can't believe that all just hit me. Anyway, yeah, more blunt and sharper side of the coat. As for the smaller details, so obviously I ditched the bow and went for a simple belt and used the dark side as the belt color, but the lighter feather color for the buckle to make the opposite sides become one, similar to her dress. I also gave her one fingerless glove and a boob window high neck top thing, since Vaggie doesn't seem much like a jewelry person, but also so I could ditch the choker. Now the feathers. Since I went harder with the feather design, I thought I'd keep the ones in her hair, but make them more like a crown, similar to Charlie, but more heavenly. Or I guess like a Valkyrie, but yeah, feather wing clips. Also, I did change her hair by giving her a bun ponytail, mainly so the length of her hair is still accurate, but also a small nod to her and Carmilla being similar, and because of her asymmetrical theme, aka her hair being up, but also being down. Also, I made her boots simple slip-ons instead of the pirate boots. Color-wise, again, I kept it all the same. Kinda. I did make the pink a bit more noticeable, and to be honest, I just used the pink of her outer eye instead of the pink red color of her bow and the feathers, but everything else is the original dress's colors. And I even put all the same colors in the same place. So yeah, hands down, pretty proud with how they both came out, especially Vaggie. She looks so glamorous and high fashion. Ugh. Anyway, thank you for watching. I'll hopefully have something posted Saturday. Also, so sorry for the complete lack of the board of teeth. My schedule's been real wonky, and I haven't had the full time I usually do to do all the fun stuff that I started with this channel, so hopefully, after Valentine's Day weekend, everything will go back to normal. Kinda. Now that I know the information that I know now. So this year is going to be even more stressful, but bear with me. Anyway, love y'all. Bye! To like, comment, share, and subscribe. Follow me on my socials right here, and if possible, hit that join button or super to join the board of teeth. It really helps out the channel and me. I hope you all have a super fantastic day, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!